One of the hardest things for everybody to do is to leave home and start school. It means we have to change everything about what we do. We have to wake up at different times, we have to get dressed a certain way, we have to eat in a hurry, and we have to get out the door so we can get to school. Unfortunately, there is no school right now for everybody because of the things that we have to be afraid of, be careful that we don't get sick from. But generally speaking, school is very important. And this book is all about when Jake starts school by Michael Wright. Some kids, they say, bye mommy, bye daddy, and they're gone. And other kids, it's not so easy. Let's see which it is for Jake. Jake woke up on his first day of school as sunshine filled the sky, and Fred, his dog, jumped on his bed, then licked him in the eye. Jake brushed his teeth and combed his hair. He wore his favorite shirt, and packed inside his lunchbox were 2 cookies for dessert. Not 1, but 2, because it was a special day. When Mom and Dad called time to go, they drove off in the van to Jake's first fun-filled day of school. At least, that was the plan. As they arrived, Jake was surprised to see so many kids. Some of them he'd seen before, but most he never did. Then there it was, room number 1, where Jake would join his class. It looked so big, he felt so small. He even passed some gas. Somebody's nervous. Just then the door swung open and a red-haired lady said, "Hi, I'm your teacher, Mrs. Moore." Friendly, for sure. Jake screamed and then he fled. Yeah! Help! I don't want this. He grabbed his parents at the knees and would not let them go. They told him, "Please, we have to leave." But all he'd say was, "No." See him holding on to his parents? His teacher tried to pry him off. The principal did too. The school nurse gave it her best shot until her feet turned blue. There is no choice, his teacher's voice said to the clumping mass. It looks like the three of you will have to come to class. They walked into the room as one and tried to be discreet. But that's not easy when you've got 3 people in a seat. Jay could not do a single thing as long as he held on. No playing with the other kids, no joining in a song. Finger painting was no fun without a hand or two. His clay would stay a blob all day. He could not squirt the glue. He was too busy holding on. Until... they tried to take a seesaw ride but didn't have much fun. It's just no good when one side's light and the other weighs a ton. The tricycles were terrible, so was the jungle gym. Boy, we're not getting very far, are we? He could not take a bathroom break. He had to hold it in. He could not feed the classroom pets, the turtle or the bird. There was no way to make a friend. He didn't speak a word. Boy, he's very afraid. The teacher finally told the class that soon the bell would ring and school would let out for the day, but there was one more thing. I'd like to read a story before our day is through, so everybody take your place and I will read to you. She turned and reached up on the shelf and found one special book. This one's about a dog named Fred. Why don't we take a look? Then from the back part of the room there came a tiny sound. Jake said and turned around. I have a dog. His name is Fred. The teacher grinned and asked, "You do? I know what might be fun. If you could hold this book for me, I'll read to everyone." That's when Jake let his parents go and they felt some relief. It had been a while since they had some feeling in their feet. With every page, Jake loosened up and saw from where he stood. The whole class sat and smiled at him, and inside he felt good. And when the closing bell rang out, Jake looked to Mrs. Moore and gave her his last cookie as he walked right out the door. This whole first year with Mrs. Moore has been a lot of fun. Jake's special place to learn and grow is classroom number 1. I remember my first classroom was on the bottom floor of what used to be an old house that had been remade into a school. And the kindergarten teacher on the main floor, she used to have a piano and play, and we would sing all along. And we had our own special door out the side to the playground. That was a very, very special classroom. We all loved it. Now, good night.